Oh, Lord have mercy. Um, mm-hmm. I might have hit the wrong button. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So I have added a light source here. Mm-hmm. I had to dig in the closet, go in the back of the closet for one of my trying to get some lighting. What lighting? Okay, that looks a little clearer on my face. Okay, I noticed that when I look on playback, that my face is a little blurry, like she's got an old camera, even though I have an old camera. Okay, it doesn't have to look like an old camera, and it makes a difference with the lighting. Okay, can you see me better? Yes, I can see me better. So if I can see me, I know you can see me. Okay, glad you could make it. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hey, Michi, Mary, Pink. Ooh, so glad you could make it. Okay, so now I told you there was going to be something new come out, some new communications or something come out in regards with this Nolan Wells case. Okay, now I don't know if you heard Tisa Tales, but they are trying to take this situation legally out of Mississippi. It's too much. It's too much. It's too many. What do you call it? Hi, Candy. I don't see Carolyn. Oh, why I say Candy? I meant Carolyn. Oh, no, I didn't mean Carolyn. I thought I saw Candy, but it's Carolyn. But what was a conflict of interest? It's too many conflicts of interest involved in this case to really get a fair trial or whatever they're going to do. They don't even know what they're going to do because nobody's been charged because they're not accusing anyone. They're trying to find out what happened to their son. Okay. And all these folks then lawyered up and all this like somebody's accusing them. The family is not accusing. Now, it doesn't matter if the public accuses you because it's the families that's got to press charges. Ain't nothing you could do about it. You don't have nothing to do with this. Okay. Hey, Grandma. So they're trying to see if, and then they said that the Horn Island is on federal land. I'm like, oh, it is. You know what I'm saying? So basically, two can play that game, is basically what they're saying. Okay. And what's going on? And what I am Hey Deborah, what I am concerned is what are they hiding? First of all, you haven't done anything, but you lawyer it up. Okay. Then you go on the interview and you're we being threatened. Okay, what you being threatened? Okay, but what that's got to do with the lawyers? And you got to come in with your lawyer, okay? Be careful what you say and all this stuff. What in the world are y'all hiding? Goodness gracious. Y'all acting like criminals, okay? Y'all acting, this is how criminals act. That's what you guys are acting. You're acting like guilty criminals, okay? Yes. So, we got to pull some cards, okay? We got to pull some cards because we cannot trust nor depend on them to tell us, right? Okay. So There's no facts, okay, because we're pulling cards. There's no facts, just interpretations, my own interpretations of the cards, okay, which is definitely no facts. Okay, so if you want facts, I don't even know where to tell you to go. But anyway, these are allegedly. I want to say allegations, but these allegedly, and my interpretation, and we'll see what comes up from there. So let me see, Nolan Wells. Let me see if anything else has come up. What in the world have I? We'll do the update. Okay, so they're talking about that the Nolan Wells family has not turned over his phone. Okay, and my advice: don't give them anything. What are they turning over the phone? This is not criminal. They're not charging anybody. There's no indictment. Okay, if you're going to get this phone, you're going to have to get a subpoena, right? Just like we have to subpoena the information, you got to subpoena the phone. Okay, they're not giving up the phone. Why would they give up the phone? Those people over there on the other side, that have lawyered up, have they given up their phones? And if they did, okay, why? Why are you giving up your phones? For what? And then, okay, so they're getting calls for more transparency in this investigation. You like my hair pulled back, girl? I'm trying to grow it and see. I can't try to put it in a ponytail. This is as much as I can get. This is as much as I can get, a ponytail. So we got a half up, half down. Ain't that what they call it? That's right. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's tracking the mom? Ooh, girl. Okay. See, they're gonna get caught up. I'm telling you. Okay. They're just getting. They're doing too much. Okay, they're doing too much. What are you tracking the phone for? For what? What are you guys doing? Yes. He did have Nolan's phone on, okay? But the thing about it is that's how they were able to track it to him. Okay? That's why they were able to track that phone to where it was. And the parents, okay, went over there to retrieve the phone because, like, he's calling, talking about, have you got a hold of Nolan, okay, or has Nolan got a hold of you, knowing he can't get a hold of anybody because you got the phone and the keys. Okay, see what I'm saying? So, I mean, they're just telling on themselves, but they're desperate. They are desperate, really desperate to change the narrative. And they're making it worse. Okay? They're making it worse. They're making it the narrative that they say we are that you're trying to change their own. Oh, this is just a hot mess. Let me take another sip while I throw these cards, because, honey, oh, let me light my. We get some stabilization in the room. Okay. Ooh, that's clear. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Do y'all see the clarity? Do you see the difference? Let me know if you guys see the difference. Happy birthday, Sin. Nah, I wouldn't turn the phone over. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. What's that preacher or that pastor? Hell to the nah, nah. Girl, like that. That's like that guy that was saying he was acting like the police was questioning him. And he says, I guess the officer asks him to step out the car. He said, nah, I ain't stepping out the car. You can get in, but I ain't stepping out. Woo! He says, because I know when you step out, you can't get back in. Oh, that was too funny. But it was real. It was real, real, real. I'm seeing that people, you can tell how people have leveled up, no matter what color they are. It's not about color, it's about right or wrong with people. And you can tell, you can see the difference. I know you guys know it's a difference. Oh, wait, am I clear? Hey, Patricia, it's clear. Okay, so you noticed that. Hey, sure. She sure came from the background to let me know it's clear. Oh, I just have on my let me show you. If I don't yank everything out the wall. I have on here. There we go. And it's a twirly bulb. You can't see it because it's hold on. There we go. That's my lighting. And I used to have two of them. Okay, they even came with an umbrella. I ordered it off of eBay in my YouTube days. Yeah. Okay. And then I broke one of the bulbs. Is that the same bulb? Because I think I got a bigger bulb. Okay, but anyway, that's what it is. And if you want to lighten, okay, because sometimes just the light doesn't do any good. It's not. And that's what makes a lot of your videos look old and dated, and your lighting, okay? And depending on how you want the lighting, okay? Now that's a ring light over there by the computer. And that one I can do the different tones and lighter, brighter, okay? I can do adjustments. I can adjust the lighting and the color. Okay, this one is just the bulb, and it came with an umbrella. I never used the umbrella, but I guess it's supposed to be in the those the camera guys and how they had the umbrella and all that. Make you think you're doing something. Anyway, it was a cute set that came from eBay. Okay, and you type in the search YouTube lighting, video lighting, and it would come up. Okay, yes, everybody was looking for it. Now they got the ring lights because a lot of people use their phones. I really don't like to use the phone. Okay, so there we go. It is what it is. Okay, so give us the energy. Let us know. Yeah, I trust eBay. I've always been on eBay. I trust eBay and Amazon. Okay, I trust eBay and I trust Amazon because all that stuff that they used to do, that was you should be over that. Okay, they're not playing that. I used to sell on eBay. I used to sell jewelry on eBay, but Then and they had bought PayPal. Remember how PayPal had all those bad reviews, and they bought PayPal. You don't hear about all those bad reviews anymore. They're not playing. And right. See, now the thing with eBay is, what I like about eBay is I don't have a minimum purchase in order to get free delivery. Okay. If the person that's selling, if the seller, which is usually what they do, because that's what I do, I don't want to be worried about all the other stuff. But the if the purchaser offers free, I mean, not the purchaser, if the business offers free shipping, okay, and I like the filters. They have filters on there for you. So if you only want to get something that's in the USA instead of waiting for it to come from China, okay, you can put that filter USA only. You can put a filter of so many miles, and they will give you the results, okay, and you can pick from those results. So I like it. I like it better in that way. Other than that, they're both the same. But yeah, now Amazon doesn't have that. You have to have a minimum order of what? $35, $25, $35. You have to, and you don't know where that stuff is coming from. Even though you get it quick, you do get it quick. Okay. You do get it quick, and I like eBay because I have a preference. And if you're not paying attention, and you hit something from China, you're gonna be waiting. All right. Hey, Doris. The Thai boy name is Tyler. Well, Michi, it does matter. It does matter. Okay. It does matter. Okay. Let me raise my hand. It does matter because it matters on how much time it's going to take for you to get it. Okay. And if I order it in America. Now, a lot of times on Amazon, the stuff going through Amazon is already in America. That's why you're getting it so fast. Okay. It's already here. They got a connection. But it may not be. Got to pay attention. But I don't have no problem because when I go to eBay, I just hit US only. I can hit free shipping. Yes, I can hit a certain mile radius. Yeah. Okay. And when I go through PayPal, I have PayPal connected. Okay. And so that gives me buyer protection. Okay. And I've had to use it. I've used it one time. Yeah, I had to use it, and maybe 2 times since I've had it, since all the years I've had it. But yeah, see, they did dispute. They don't play that, okay? And I had it one where I had a dispute, and the buyer was supposed to refund me my money, and he spent it. He spent my money, so he didn't have the money to refund me. So PayPal refunded me the money. We just gonna refund you your money right now, today, okay? And we'll worry about this guy over here. Yep. So, yeah, I be online shopping. I don't, girl, okay? That's right. I be online shopping. That's right. And I don't play about mine. I will sit the buyer's protection on you, okay, with no problem. Now, one thing, okay, about it is I don't scam, okay? I don't scam. I don't try to scam people. If I get my stuff, I get my stuff, okay? So when I start hollering, you can check my stats right there, okay? This lady ain't never hollered before. Let her hurry up and give her stuff. That's right. I said, I ain't never had this problem since I've been on here. Ooh, they don't like that. They don't like to hear that. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, we're so sorry. Oh, okay. I know. Net is no. He would be 19. He would have been 19 years old. Now, see, you got to realize, okay, I'm going to tell you right there, let's just be fair. Nolan was no angel, okay? He was running with baby kids, and birds of a feather flock together, okay? That's why they was to hang out. They want to come over, okay, because they had that connection. Whatever the connection was, they had it, okay? And baby kids comes up, and all they read baby kids. My baby kid is the Hierophant in reverse. Baby kids, hard headed. Okay, and no, they don't die. They multiply. Okay, so he's no angel, but that's not the point. Okay, we are not even accusing. I'm not accusing of the boys of murdering him. I don't even feel like they murdered him. I really don't, honestly. However, with all this lying y'all doing, what is up with that? Oh my goodness. Can y'all get a video thumbs up, please? What is up with all that lying? Why is this, oh, it may not be, is it plugged? Yeah, it's plugged. What's going on here? I don't know. Anyway, okay. We got clarity. Ooh. Ooh, I'm spoiled now. The man. See what y'all was dealing with? See what y'all was dealing with? Ooh, okay. Shed some light on the situation. What can you tell us, okay, in the death of Nolan Wells, okay? He's got these little friends, Warren, Wyatt, Eric, Jax, whatever their names. These little friends he's got, okay? And they all lawyered up. They've all gotten lawyers, okay? They've all been telling, allegedly, untruths on interviews. They're doing interviews. They're doing interviews with a lawyer. What are they hiding? Okay? What are these people hiding? Something's going on here. What is preventing them from telling the truth? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. It's just, something is not right. That energy. Children of God would never. They of God, okay, but they children. See. Now whose little butt is that? Girl. You gonna be my assistant? Okay, I'll let you be my assistant, okay? Okay, poo-poo. They're coming out the woodwork. Watch Nancy Grape allegedly Nolan had gotten into a scuffle on the island with multiple characters. He may have gotten into a scuffle, but there's a lot of scuffles on the island, okay? And if he got into a scuffle with somebody else, okay? If he got into a scuffle with them people over there, why are you lying? Why every time you open your mouth, I could disprove everything you say? What are they hiding? They hiding something. I don't know. Okay. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Glinda. You like my assistant? They like you, Keith, Tasha. Oh, sheesh. I turned this chair over and I put the plastic thing back. on that had came on, and now I gotta fix it. Goes too far back, and if I fall. Well, they can't clean the phone because they don't have the phone. Okay, and in order to get the information that is on the phone or was on the phone, they have to have a court order in the form of a subpoena. Then, folks, that's one thing about the telephone companies, the communications, honey. They ain't giving up nothing without a subpoena, honey, because y'all too messy. So, what are they hiding? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Mm-hmm. Oh, Now, this is when the cards get spooky. Okay, I'm asking, what are they hiding? What comes up? The Seven of Swords. Okay, they hiding. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, so hopefully this will be all the stuff that's being hidden. Okay, tell us more. You can't get no. Okay, judgment. Judgment in reverse. Judgment in reverse. It talks about indecisive, self-doubt, denial, and afraid of change and procrastination. Is what it talks. Let's look at and this could be denial too. Judgment in reverse. What number is 20? There we go, right there. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. This talks about repeating patterns, okay? Judgment in reverse. Repeating the same bad habits, not learning your lesson. Okay, it also could be clinging to the past. Clinging to the past. Whatever it is keeping you from moving forward. Okay, so yeah. And the Four of Cups. Now, this is refusal, okay? Not liking what's being offered, not liking, ungrateful. Ungrateful. Okay? And we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. There's confusion. Okay? Creative blocks, delays, and the secrets. Okay. They have secrets that they are afraid will come out in this investigation. In this, and the Magician. Okay? They have secrets. And the Queen of Swords. And they know. There's knowledge. Oh. There's knowledge. And the thing about it is, it may not be so much the boys as it is their forefathers, so to speak. Okay? I put it in that text, allegedly. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. And the money. See, the money being out of balance. They worry, they get concerned about the money and the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups talks about bringing forth a message. And the Six of Wands. Bringing forth a message of completion, success, and it's hit with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Bad luck. And the Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Nine of Cups. Okay. And the Betrayal. So, and the Fool in reverse. Pay attention, you guys. It's telling you what they hiding. And the Seven of Wands. They're trying to protect that. They are trying to protect that. They're trying to protect it. Okay? The reckless behavior, the drinking, all the drinking, and the betrayal. Yep. Ten of Cups. That they were doing. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. And the Five of Swords. It's like they were too drunk to do anything. And the Emperor. The Emperor is on betrayal. Oh. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Oh my. The Emperor. The first thing that came to my mind was the boat owner, the owner of the boat. An authoritative, a masculine power, leadership and structure. And he's sitting over here on the Three of Swords as well as betrayal. But there's conflict. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're hiding the truth, but why are they hiding it? Okay, I mean, okay, there's something they're hiding. They're saying that they didn't do anything. They had nothing to do with it. Okay, then why are you guys telling, even in your own little set up there. You guys are all telling conflicting stories. Mm-hmm. So hold on. Let me keep going. And yeah, and it's a plan. They got a plan of action here, and they're waiting. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. Now, at the same time they got a plan, they got regrets. Okay. There was some quick action. There was some sudden. And this stick keeps coming up, and I keep getting the feeling that he was hit. I don't know. It's alleged. Okay. And the Ace of Cups. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Yeah. And they wasn't working. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse is laziness, lack of ambition, giving up, inexperience. Okay. So that may be what they're hiding. Okay. And so they're hiding the fact that they're negligent. Okay. That's why they're desperate. Because apparently it seems like they are, like I said, okay, negligent. Everybody's negligent. Okay. And this grandfather has a boat full of underage boys drinking and drugging. And they may be trying to stall, okay, for all that weed to get out their system. Because that's the longest. Okay. You need at least 30 days for that weed to get out your system. But everybody can't comply. Not when you're getting high. Allegedly. Just a thought. Okay. Just a thought. But this grandfather owns those two boats. Okay. And there's 3 boats that left for this excursion, this 4th of July celebration. There was, they said about 30 people, and there was 3 boats. And 2 of them belonged to Wyatt, grandfather. Okay. And the other boat belonged to Warren's whoever. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he rented the boat. Okay. So he would be the one responsible. Okay. Because you know in those boat rentals, you give up all liability signing the papers. I don't know if it was rented, but they refused to tell the owner of that Warren's boat. Yeah, Ashley. Okay. Well, they said there's another island on the other side of the island. You know that, right? So you can be on two different. You could be on a different island, but the island is right there by the island. Okay. Now I don't know how close it is, but I know it's close enough for you to hop on the boat and paddle on over. Okay. Now, if you can swim over, I don't know, but it is close. And the thing about it is, in the pictures, they don't show that. So behind all that greenery that we see in the background, there's another island. Okay. They could go with the hair sample, okay, but the thing about it is they don't have a case. Nobody's being charged or anything like that. That's why they don't have a phone. They don't have no hair samples. They don't have no submitted to a drug test. They don't have any of that because there's no case. The mom is trying to find out what happened to her son. She's not accusing anybody. And they're trying to take this to a jury so it can be held up some more. I don't know whose boat. If Katie's father had a boat, didn't Katie have her own boat or her father's boat? But what they're saying is it wasn't on Horn Island. It was on another island that is right there by Horn's Island. Thank you for the gift, Claudia. That's right. We floating. I want you to know, no. Yes, float, you guys, float to the other island. What's the name of that island right there by Horn Island? Okay, okay, I'm gonna show you that I ain't lying. What is the name of the island right next to Horn Island in Mississippi? Petit Bois Island. Okay, there's okay, Petit to the east and West Petit. Okay, and these were formerly called. Wait. There's an island that is submerged. It used to be called Sand Island or West Petit, okay? But that's mostly, I think, submerged in water. And then they have Dog Key Island, okay? So let me see. So that makes sense when you say east, because east, okay, Petit Bois Island is to the east of Horn Island. Okay. She said she wasn't on the island. She was on another island. But that other island is right there. So all you gotta do is jump in the boat and go hang out with the people. Hence, she had her little behind on that island. I'm trying to get see if we can get an aerial view. Now you can camp on Horn Island. You can't camp that long, but you can camp there. I forgot how many days they said you could camp there. There's no drinking water, electricity, staff, trash cans, or toilets on the island. You must pack in all supplies, including plenty of fresh water, and you got to take your trash with you. No wheels or pets. And you can't have anything with wheels on it. You can't have wheel carts or coolers with wheels on it. Human waste must be buried at least 6 inches deep in the sand, far away from trails or water sources. The longest you can stay is 2 weeks. So the Petite, which is to the east, is only accessible by a boat. Okay? And that's a private boat. And it's about 15 miles south of the Mississippi Gulf, the Gulf Coast, which is in the Gulf of Mexico. And they own the federal government. The federal government owns them too. Okay, so this land is designated as public, and it is owned by the feds. Okay. Right, I seen the pictures of all the boats at the same spot. Okay, my thing was the broader picture that they first showed with all these boats right there. And those 4 boats are close to each other. But there's a whole bunch of more boats. So they're not the only ones that may have 2 boats. See what I'm saying? There is no police or security on the island. There's none. Okay? Four cards. Are Nolan's friends who went with him on Horn Island, are they protecting somebody? 4 cards. Are they protecting someone? With all of the misinformation that they are putting out there, are they protecting someone? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. 4 cards. 4 cards. 4 cards. Justice in reverse. Ooh. Okay. So this is corruption. Lack of accountability, corrupt. Okay? They don't want to be held responsible. Okay. Four cards. Four cards. Tell us more. Tell us more. Now, them not wanting to be held responsible because they are all connected to the money and they don't have access, okay, like the older adults in the family do, but soon they will, right? Okay. We have the four cups. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I keep getting that card. The Nine of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. So they are avoiding, ignoring, okay, because of greed and financial. They don't want to lose their money, okay? They want to fulfill their wishes, which apparently are not good, okay? Tell us more. Tell us more. Bad luck, yeah. Tell us more. Can you clarify? Four more cards. Four more cards. Four more cards. Tell us more. Yeah. Okay. The High Priestess talks about secrets, hidden agendas, and betrayal. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. And the Two of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Here's what's going on. They're really not protecting a certain person. They're protecting themselves. Okay. This has to do with their money. Okay. These people are 18. They are responsible. They don't want to have any responsibility in the death of Nolan Wells because they can be held accountable. And they don't want to because they can be sued for a wrongful death. And being sued for a wrongful death means, okay, any money that they come into dot, dot, dot. Any money that they come into, they may not come into it now. Maybe they come when they're 30. Okay, they get the bulk of their estate or their trust, like Whitney Houston's daughter. Take Whitney Houston's daughter, may she rest in peace. For example, Whitney had this girl's money set up that she got a certain amount of money when she turned 18. Okay, she got another bulk payment when I think she turned 21, but when she turned 21, she was in a coma. Okay. And then she got the rest of the money, I believe, when she was 30, something like that. That's how that worked. Okay. Now, if she was involved in something like this and somebody held her liable, okay, what if they held her liable for 50 million? Okay. She only got, what did she get on that first payout? Okay, whatever she got paid could be confiscated to pay the wrongful death. Then when she got 21, that money can be confiscated to pay. You see what I'm saying? Okay, until the debt is paid. The 50 million is paid in full. There you go. And that's what is going on here. Okay. Okay, so they don't want to be held accountable. Okay, so well, they're all the parents are the leader of the plan because they know how this goes. Okay, we're talking money, and in order to keep money, you got to know how to not be held accountable. Catch that T. See what I'm saying? They know what a wrongful death lawsuit can do. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So all the yachts and the yachts and the yachts that they inherit, okay, can be plucked right away. Nolan parents could be riding that boat. How about that? Say, that's what that is. And they fighting tooth and nail. Okay? They're fighting tooth and nail. There's my mom. She's on the roll. Okay. So that's what's going on, and that's what they're hiding. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how to form this question. I think that I heard water water deaths can be triple. And then we have Bart. Bart, like I said, okay, his endorsements and everything, okay, you could just throw that in the trash. They're gone. See, it's a lot of people, uh, uh, rappers, sports icons, and all that, who have lost everything. They sitting in prison now. Okay, they sitting in prison now. So what can you tell us? One, that's what I heard, but they took the information up. So when I went back to look at it, it's gone. Okay, but remember I was telling you, don't isn't Warren's dad? He's got a lawsuit. Right, they can get more than triple. Whether he drowned or not. Here's the thing: if the boy drowned or not, he came up dead, and he came up dead on their shift, on their duty. Okay, they're trying to back away from all responsibilities that of a wrongful death. But here's something that's interesting. Okay, right? They're trying to say he wasn't on the boat. This is what they're saying. He was not on the boat. Well, if he didn't drown, no, that wouldn't be considered a water death. Okay? They're trying to find out what happened to their son. And in the course of finding out what happened to their son, these boys here are trying to cover their behind because apparently something did happen on the boat. And you see that 911 call. Ooh, that 911 call, honey. I call it the 911 call. That Seacoast tow call. Ooh, they trying to shoot that down, hush that down, everything that down. Okay. They don't want you to know that that boy passed away, allegedly passed away, and they threw him over and threw him out and left him. Okay? See what I'm saying? And they are grasping at straws. They are grasping at straws, okay? Because that wrongful death is going to knock a hole in their money. Okay. Even if they don't have criminal charges, they don't need criminal charges for a wrongful death. See what I'm saying? And they know that. Okay? This is a civil matter. And the thing about a civil matter and a criminal matter is you have, in a criminal matter, proof beyond a reasonable doubt. But in a civil matter, okay, you can have overwhelming circumstantial evidence. Okay. You don't need beyond a reasonable doubt. Circumstantial evidence. The other island, they could have been back and forth. They got boats. The only way they're going to get over there to the other island, okay, is boats. Whatever's going on the other island, okay. I mean, these are kids. This is fun, okay. This is living the life. You know what I'm saying? However, something happened. Life threw them a curveball, and a big one. Okay. Let's see if we can get let's get Lenormand. We haven't done a Lenormand on him. We wanna the Gothic, because that has the explanations on it. The Gothic Lenormand, if I can find it. Hold on. Child. Where's my Gothic? All these cards. Here it is. Okay. Ooh, child. Only reason why I need a file cabinet. The only reason why I don't get a file cabinet is because I'm going to pull out all the files. Okay. And let's just see. Okay. Yeah, see, this thing is not catching me. I don't know why, but I'll have to check it out later. This is not the time. Because it didn't used to go back, but there was something that you could, ooh, ah, oh, oh, there's a five. Okay, we want to neutralize the energy, calm it down. Okay. Mm-hmm. What you looking at me, little bitty boo? Look at she looking at me like, what is you doing now? That's my baby. That's why she be in here, so she knows it. Oh, Tasha. Tasha, you be in here to watch what your mama doing? Make sure she don't catch herself on fire. Yeah. That's my little pooka whoops. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to be asking a series of questions. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, people. I appreciate your thumbs up. So this is the Lenormand, and it looks like this. And this is the Gothic, okay? This is actually has the explanations on the cards until you can learn otherwise, okay? What can you tell us about Nolan Wells' death? What can you tell us about Nolan Wells, 18 years old? 18 years old. What was this, Springfield, Mississippi? What can you tell us about this 18-year-old's death on the 4th of July over there on Horn Island? Okay? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Now we're just going to pull this card into twos. At the bottom is the man, okay? And the man represents the male current or an important male figure in the situation. So this would be or could be Nolan, okay? He's the one of importance, okay? So the cross. The cross represents a burden, a hardship, a sacrifice. Okay? Yeah. Someone carrying weight. Okay. So let's look at it. He was carried. The fox. The sly, the slick, and the wicked. The fox. Okay. Now, the fox talks about a workplace matters, cunning behavior. cunning behavior, a shrewd, sometimes sneaky individuals. Okay? And the tower. Now, the tower talks about a building, a place, formal structures, isolation, okay? So, this could be telling me that he may have been taken somewhere, and the snake. The snake warns of lies and deceit. Okay? Mm-hmm. Something happened to Nolan, and it caused it to be. It turned into a burden. It turned into a burden, and they had to be slick about it because they didn't want anybody to know. And he may have been isolated. Okay, and they're lying about the fact that he was isolated. He was taken somewhere. Let me see. The coffin. Ooh. Now the coffin represents an ending. Okay, an ending so that there can be a beginning, a transition. It could also represent letting go of something to move forward. Now that's interesting. Letting go of something so that you can move forward. Keep that in mind. Okay. And we have the whip. The whip represents strife, arguments, punishment, or repeated cycles. That's interesting. That's interesting because it's going over the cross, which also represents sacrifices. Mm-hmm. Heated debates, destructiveness, destructive habits, and the mice. Something was eaten away, something gradually. Oh, now that's interesting. That's like he had a slow death. Interesting. And the anchor. The anchor. Oh, and the anchor is right here with the tower. Isn't that interesting? Now, the anchor is like, you put the anchor down to hold you in place. Interesting. And the fish. The fish is money, okay? The fish is money. Fish always represent money because back in the days, that's what fish was, money. And this represents a merchant, okay? If you want to be a person, a merchant, an accountant, somebody, who has a business. Mm. Or who can have stakes, investments, okay, and the heart. So this talks about an emotional connection, romance, creativity. It points to affection and heartfelt bonds. So this can be lovers and friends. And the garden. Okay, this is where you go to socialize. The garden. Okay. And this is where this took place. The garden. Giving me the impression that there are others who are there. And the stars. Okay. There you go. hmm And the ship. There's your movement. There's your travel. And the bouquet. The bouquet. Interesting. The bouquet. Okay. That can represent a person that is attractive, charming, sociable, generous, or well mannered. hmm Petite, positive. That's positive. I thought it said petite. And the moon. This right here, and the book. The book that holds secrets. Okay. Okay. He was taken to he was taken somewhere that was hidden. He was taken to a secret place. Okay. Some little spot that they had, he was lured to. And the birds. Small meetings or gossip. hmm Okay. A secret place. Oh, yeah. We got the moon and the book. Secrets, secrets. Hidden. And the tree. Oh, now you don't want a tree. Anyway, I digress. Okay. The tree symbolizes life. It symbolizes grounding and stability, but often with slow progress. And the clover. So I kind of get the impression that they were successful, or she was successful, in luring this gentleman to the slaughter, which it sounds, and oh, not the friend. The dog represents a friend. Okay. So it's giving me that he was lured. I get the impression that it's telling me that he was lured and there was somebody else there, okay, to make it look legit. A friend, somebody he thought was a friend. Oh, yeah, bring your friend. You can come too. Okay. And it's funny because these people don't want you to know how calculating and diabolical they are. Okay. And when you set stuff up like this, allegedly, okay, that stuff is set up like this. And you could go through these lengths to have some type of, what do they call it? Ritual, spiritual, whatever you got going on, and the lengths that you will go through, okay, to deceive and achieve. I said that because it rhymes, but it also makes sense. Okay. So you're deceiving to achieve whatever it is you're trying to get. You're trying to get that boy to a certain spot. Okay. Wherever that spot is, into that secret place. Okay. There's somewhere that is hidden. Have they searched that island? Lenormand. Lenormand is I don't know. It's a different form of tarot. It's tarot. It doesn't have as many cards, and it has totally different images, and they mean other stuff too. Okay, I have the meanings, which you usually don't find the meanings on Lenormand. Okay, you usually don't find the meanings, but this one had it. That's why I got it, and this was the only one I could get it in, was Gothic. I may see if I can find another one, maybe on eBay. Well, I think I got this off of eBay. Ooh, I get my Calvin Klein tomorrow. I ordered some Calvin Klein off of eBay. Some Calvin Klein lotion, honey. Woo! You, I'm going to get in there with my Dr. Teals and soak and rub-a-dub-dub. Then I'm going to rub myself with some Infinity by Calvin Klein. Y'all gonna smell it coming through the screen. Oh yeah, because we elevated. Okay, so since the Norman is talking, okay, that's right, get it. They may have drugged him. They may have. He may have been intoxicated. Okay, enough. It got him to a point enough, okay, where they could tell. See, you got evil people here. They read stuff like that. Okay. That's just like when they talk about these witches and these, well, not witches, but these people who practice witchcraft. Okay, see, there's a difference. Okay, you get somebody doing these potions and stuff. I don't care if they're a good witch or not. Run. Okay, when you got somebody that can cook up spells and potions and all, the mail, say, okay, and that's what these people do. Mm-hmm. That's what these people do. Okay, so with that said, we got to the Norman. Okay, what? Okay, can you tell us? See, the thing about it is, okay, in something like this, if this man was hit in the head or he fell and hit his head or whatever, okay, and he became incapacitated in some kind of way, and they thought he was dead. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe they let him lay there and didn't give him the necessary help that they should have given him. Maybe they threw him in the water, thought he was dead, okay, and he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm asking the cards, the cause of death, it's like a combination, okay, a combination. So let's see. Let's see if we can ask a cause of death. You like these cards? Okay. Well, they speaking more clearly. Okay. Yeah, some people really like this Lenormand. So I want to be able to learn both as far as card reading. Okay. I like it. I think it's fun. And I like true crime. Okay. So what can you tell us in regards to Nolan Wells? We're still on Nolan Wells, okay? Can you give us a cause of death? Okay. Can you give us the cause of death for Nolan Wells, 18 years old, out there on Horn Island on July 4th? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. What is his cause of death? And then the thing about it is, if it was drowning, if it was definitively drowning, I would think they would have put that out there so quick and gave you the evidence right then and there, okay? But, okay. Now, at the bottom, child. We have child at the bottom of this. And this signifies a fresh start, a small project, or something in its infancy. It can indicate playfulness, curiosity, and unpolished potential that needs guidance. Or it could be a child. Okay, this could be somebody who is an intern, an apprentice, somebody who's just learning. Okay, somebody young, a child, and that's what Nolan was. So let's look at this. Okay, so I asked for the cause of death. The ring. The ring talks about an agreement. Now, this right here is talking about a reoccurring pattern. Okay? A reoccurring pattern. This is something they may need to look into. You know how they do those statistics on and compare these types of deaths. Interesting. Okay. Reoccurring patterns. This could, and now in a person, this is somebody who formalizes relationship. This can also be anyone who formalizes a relationship. Mm. And the cross. Now I'm asking for the cause of death. And it talks about spiritual tests or karmic duties. It can indicate a sacrifice. Interesting. The house. The house represents a domestic life, family bonds, and personal foundation. It suggests comfort, safety, tradition, and roots. It can also point to property, real estate, or family related matters. Interesting. House. And the whip. Okay. This is strife and arguments. And this may have been something that happened in the house on land. Okay. We'll take it as on land. We ain't got no water up in here. Not so far. On land, there was a heated debate. Okay. There was an agreement, a contract. Okay. And it proved to be, trials. Mm. But it was on land. And the anchor. Okay. That's like the root. Okay. The anchor marks what grounds you, your job, long-term goals, or the steady element that holds fast during change. A man. Interesting. This is something, and look, this anchors masculine energy. It's funny how they said that. And this is the anchor right here. Okay. Mm. And the letter, this represents communications that are written. Okay. This is tangible information. Okay. So there was a text. Oh, there was a text. There was some kind of communication that was made. Interesting. And the heart. An emotional connection. And the coffin. Ooh. And the coffin is going over the whip. Which land? Fort Bayou. Uh-oh. We got a bomb in the boom. And the lily. This lily talks about maturity and long-term harmony. Really. Now, this can indicate elders, mentors, or a serene sexual ethic. Oh. This is someone, if this is a person, this is someone older. Oh, I don't know about the boat. I don't know about the boat going to Fort Bayou, okay? But they did say that it made like 4 stops. And the snake. We all know about the snake. And the snake is going on this man, okay? This man, the snake is going on this man, and he's also got the ring. So this can represent jealousy. Okay, well, we know the snake, right? Okay. So this man here has jealousy, deceit all over him. Okay. And the sun. Yeah, public recognition. And the dog. There we go. This was a friend. That's why you get that betrayal. This was a friend of Nolan's, okay? And this dog, okay, is looking at the sun. And this was an emotional connection as well. And the bear. Okay, so the bear is protecting the dog, the friend. Mm. And the stars. Yeah. So this little doggy here, this little friend, is being protected and guided by a parent, somebody in an authority figure, and the book, which holds the secrets. Uh huh. This book stands for Secrets, Research, Study, or Things Not Yet Revealed. And the writer. Now, the writer is quick. The writer. And we have a message, a secret message that is going to be coming. When it comes, it's going to be quick. Yep. And the fox. Okay. Now, I asked for the cause of death. See, this is how I lose what my question is because this is not giving me what I asked. Because it's in the book. But we got the writer, okay? So there's going to be some developments, okay, coming in. Secrets. Mm-hmm. And it's going to come in about the fox and the mice. Okay. So this fox is going to be revealed, allegedly. Okay. And this fox is who's been chewing away, trying to get you to think, yeah, the clouds bring fog and unclear situations. There you go. There you go. Confusion and doubt. Right. She had to party, but they're saying that, okay, that the islands are right next to each other. So you got an island here, a strip of island there, and a strip of island there, and they're surrounded by water. You need a water vessel of some kind, and it's not regulated, so you need somewhere private, something private. Yep. So as hard as it is to believe, or they don't want us to believe, okay, that this death may have been ritualistic in some form or matter. Why am I looking dusty? There we go. Which island? Julia keeps asking which island. Okay. Since you can read Lenormand, are you able to tell us what okay, because I don't know which island. Okay. Where did Nolan's situation take place? Okay. Where did Nolan's, and we're going to ask 4 cards and see what it produces. I don't know. I've never done this on the Norman. Okay. Where was Norman's altercation? Where what island did this happen on? To Nolan Wells. What island? Was it Horn Island? 4 cards, 4 cards. Horn Island. Was this on Horn Island? What do you want us to know? 4 cards, 4 cards. And thank you for your answers. 4 cards, okay? We're going to do 4 cards. At the bottom of the deck, the ring. Ooh. This was a contract and agreement. Binding ties and reoccurring patterns. Okay. 4 cards, 4 cards. Okay, you guys ready? 4 cards, 4 cards. 4 cards. And what do we have? The ring. Okay. The mice. The crossroads. Oh. Crossroads. The key. Oh, that's the key. And the rider. Shut up. It's giving me the inclination that he was taken to different places. The solution. The key reveals the solution. Okay. Oh Lord, I didn't started a ruckus, okay? Oh look, y'all didn't read the cards too. Look at this. Hey Scott. Hey Ava. Oh, that's not Ava. So I don't know what they was telling what they was doing, okay, but they had something going on here. Okay. You want former cards? Former cards? She want former cards. Okay, let's get some clarification. Former cards. Former cards. Former cards. Okay. Former cards. You see that, Julia? A woman. This is the key, the main female, okay? The snake, okay? Wow. The anchor. And that's going over the key. The bouquet. So there was a woman, the main woman, okay, who anchored this man, got him down, lured him. I know, huh? All this time, and we're thinking the man, the woman. Y'all see that, right? Wow. The woman. Okay, let's get some clarification. Can you clarify the woman? Who's the woman in this reading? Okay. Can you be more specific on the woman in this reading? Because the woman, okay, to me, is just a female. Is this a young woman, an older woman? Okay. What do you want us to know? Can you give us some clarification? And thank you for your answers. Give us some clarification. Oh, she playing tricks. The Nine of Cups, intoxicated, and the Page of Swords, confused. But what I am going to tell you, the Page of Swords She was a young woman. Okay, Bristol, so what happened? Tell us what happened. Can you tell us what happened, Brazo? Oh, you typing? Tell us what happened. We open to hear what you have to say. And all this reading, and I know exactly what happened. Okay. No, you don't. But anyway, you could tell us your theory. Where is he at? Now, how you going? Okay, come on now. See, so that let me know you lying. If you can't tell us what you came up with, then why is you even commenting? Why are you even commenting? Oh my God. I would say a young woman because it is the page of swords in reverse. And that's confusion, okay? But a page is a younger person. I plead the blood of Jesus. Well, you're talking about reading cards. Well, what you doing, Pam? What are you doing, girl? I'm pleading the blood of Jesus too. Well, don't everybody speak at once. Okay. Okay. So, with that said, that's interesting though. With that said, okay, yeah, because we're not believing this, okay? All we're coming up is with a reading and our own theories because we don't know what happened. Okay, so I'm going to ask one more question and then I'm going to get me something to eat. Okay? He drowned. Okay, okay, so let's ask Lenormand if Norman Wells drowned. Okay? Can you tell us four cards, if Nolan Wells drowned? on July 4th. Did he drown? What do you want us to know? What can you tell us? 4 cards. 4 cards. And thank you for your answers. Thank you for your answers. Did he drown? Okay. And this is for you guys out there who can read Lenormand. I'm practicing. Okay. So, yeah. You can use all the assistants. And we have the bottom, the key. Ooh. So the question is, did he drown? Well, the key. The solution. Decisive factor. Or what opens the way. It brings clarity and a workable answer. Okay. 4 cards. 4 cards. 4 cards. Four cards. 4 cards. Okay, so we have the key at the bottom. Ooh, the lily. Isn't that love? Oh, this is someone older. It says the lily speaks of maturity, long-term harmony, moral authority, and calm. It can indicate elders, mentors, or a serene sexual ethic. Well, that ain't no water. And the crossroads. That's that same card that came up. Options. That's interesting. That is very interesting. And the tower. This represents institutions. Formal structures. And the bear. Okay, so these cards, it's funny. I don't know why they come out. Okay, these cards are all neutral. Isn't that interesting? Neutral. This one is neutral / positive, but these are all neutral cards. No yes or no, maybes. Yeah, I see you put her in timeout. Mm-hmm. Well, the reason why we're asking Psych Mom, The reason why we're asking is because they said that he was found on the shoreline. Okay, so they can't really say if he washed up or if he was placed there. Could have been either or. That's why we're asking. Okay, so we're gonna go 4 more cards. Okay, I'll go 4 more cards. 4 more cards for clarity. Okay. The fox. Okay. And the fish. That's a positive. But then we got a negative. And the clover. And the rider. Okay, so we got all these positive cards with all these neutral cards. But this right here is someone older, okay, and slick. Okay, and the fish and the crossroads. So there's definitely telling me like there's water involved. And the clover and the tower. And then we have the rider. It's giving me that it was a quick decision. I'm not really feeling a definite yes. I'm just not feeling it. So, where'd she go? Julia? Okay. No? Okay. So, I have another question. Okay? Every time I say I'm gonna, the last question, okay, I got another question. Okay. So, what I do want to know is what is in the first autopsy that was done by the Mississippi Medical Examiner? Can you tell us what's in that autopsy? The first autopsy by the Mississippi Medical Examiner. Can you tell us what's in there? And thank you for your answers. First autopsy. We know what's in the second. What's in the first? Okay, so we have stars. So this talks about clarity or an answer arriving from your intuition. Okay, so here we go. We have the clover and the clouds. Oh. Um, it looks like okay, so there is confusion slash doubt. Okay, so it's like the examiner may be suspicious, uncertainty, right? Okay, and then we have the coffin and the fox. Okay, so we have right here which talks about an ending, an end of a cycle. Okay, this can also, okay, there may be some deception in the report of his death. There may be a little deception or a strategy. Uh-huh. And then we have the birds and the house. Okay. Oh. So this medical examiner may be talking to the family member. Oh, a family member, some family member. Oh. Then we have the mountain and the sun. So the mountain is a block or delay. And of course, we're experiencing that as I speak, a delay, okay, that slows the progress. But the sun indicates success, energy, and positive outcomes. It suggests triumph, health, and public recognition. So somebody trying to do something slick, okay, and it's causing delays, it's causing an obstacle. However, there's going to be clarity. We have the tree and the letter. Ooh. So this talks about, this is like the autopsy. This is the autopsy. And then we have the dog and the woman. Ooh, they friends. They friends. Yeah, they're gonna have to relocate this because, yeah, they're saying that these, yeah, it's really not telling us what the what's in the autopsy, but it's telling us about the people, the person. Is basically telling you that they cannot be fully trusted and that they are talking to the peoples and a friend, a female friend. No good at all, right? Exactly. Yeah. Now, it's funny that the cards come up like this because they said that the examiner and the judge be going out to lunch. Oh no, that was the judge and the prosecutor. But I'm pretty sure, right, they're trying to cover up. Right, right. But they're trying to cover it up, but we got the sun. So we have some clarity and some revelation. Okay? We have clarity and we have revelation. And what it's telling me that whatever they're doing, I get the feeling it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Right. They all know each other. Mm-hmm. And if it was that cut and dry, why didn't they come out with the report? Okay. So it may not be as cut and dry as it seems or as it should be. Okay. See what I'm saying? So, in other words, you got somebody checking your work. So you can't just say any old thing. See what I'm saying? Because it's not going to come out like that. So we'll see. Give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for the subscribers who for hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I'm just happy. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. But most of all, stay blessed.